evening, I'm Amrita Priyadarshini and this is FBC News. Tonight, prominent politicians still detained by police over public utterances. Bus companies want another shot at e-ticketing. And suicide statistics worry counselling service providers. Fiji Labour Party leader Mahendra Chaudhry is the latest political leader to be interviewed by police in relation to utterances at a public forum. Chaudhry turned up at the Totongo police station in Suva this afternoon. Fiji Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission Chair Ashwin Raj is also keeping a close watch on the police detention of other prominent politicians. Kelly Vadala with this report.
It's believed the detention relates to this public forum. National Federation Party leader Professor Biman Prasad, Sodelpa leader Sitiveni Rambuka, unionist Atar Singh and former politician Tumbeni Mbamba all present. The political leaders have been detained at the Totongo police station for about 24 hours. FBC News understands they've been joined by Fiji Labour Party leader Mahendra Chaudhry, who was out of Suva until earlier today. Under the law, the police can keep these individuals in custody for 48 hours. If no charges are laid, they have to be released.
I spoke to all of them individually. And, they all said that they had been treated very well by the police, that they had been, given food. I asked if they had any urgent medical issues, if they were, coerced into making any statements. They said no. I was happy to see that their lawyers were present. They're able to contact their family.
The police are investigating comments uttered during a constitutional discussion at this forum held earlier in the week. Raj says the Commission will closely monitor the progress of investigations.
It's important to respect the jurisdiction of the police and let the police independently conduct its investigations. That's extremely important, but we also want to make sure that we, as an independent Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission, will uphold fundamental human rights principles and values at all times. So we'll be very, very closely monitoring the progress of these investigations.
Police spokesperson Ananay Sor says this is a police process conducted when information is received about possible issues that could affect the safety and security of all Fijians. She says the step is being taken merely to eliminate all doubts and concerns that could stem from speculation. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
And earlier this hour, the Fiji Police Force confirmed the investigation into 5 individuals has been completed and they will be released as the file will be forwarded to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for sanctioning. However, police continue to interview Labour Party leader Mahendra Chaudhry as he brought himself in today. Outgoing Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Ratu Inoke Kumbombola, says he is not disappointed by the change of portfolio. Kumbombola will move to the Defence, National Security and Immigration portfolio under a cabinet reshuffle announced by Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama. Kumbombola is currently attending the 47th Pacific Islands Forum in Federated States of Micronesia. Ratu Inoke confirmed that he received a letter formally advising him of the change on Friday night during a meeting of the 16-member regional organisation. The Fiji Bus Operators Association is calling on government to solve the e-ticketing issue. President Pramod Chand says e-ticketing needs to be improved to enhance transparency. Ali Kimbia has more.
Bus companies want issues with the use of e-ticketing machines to be resolved to stop leakages in revenue.
E-ticketing is very important because there is a lot of concern by the government and also the bus operators that there is a lot of leakage in revenue. E-ticketing, compulsory e-ticketing will bring about a lot of change.
The Fiji Bus Operators Association says having e-ticketing machines also assist bus companies in picking out drivers who usually charge passengers more than the normal fare.
All this will go away and there will be a lot of data, especially with the e-ticketing. There is such a program that you will know how many passengers have boarded where, and we will have all these things together in that. So e-ticketing is very important.
However, Transport Minister Praveen Bala has assured bus operators that they are currently working on it.
I don't think that I will be able to resolve or solve all the problems that you have right now. What we need is more dialogue.
FBOA has also stated that they will need a more transparent partnership with government in order to move forward. E-ticketing machines were trialled a few years ago but never got off the ground for good. It's expected that the National Switch Bill, once enacted, will allow for electronic bus ticketing as well. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
There is an increase in the trend of young people committing suicide or attempting suicide. According to statistics from the Fiji Police Force, 89 lives were lost last year, while 80 people attempted to take their own lives. Pranita Prakash tells us more.
6 children under the age of 16 took their lives, while 9 children in the same age group attempted to do so. The reasons are reported as social problems such as relationship issues and being disciplined by parents and guardians.
So we're seen as a resilient population. We can't talk about our problems. It's seen as weak. The expectations from communities, the expectations on the young person during examinations, to find jobs, to find employment, relationships. There's a lot of expectations, and young people don't seem to find positive coping mechanisms to deal with these daily stresses. NGOs and the government are trying their best to make our services visible to young people, to access them, and to reach out when they're going through difficult situations.
Rogers says for a country with a small population like Fiji, these figures are alarming and efforts are being made to provide means of a support system.
We have implemented our school awareness project using creative art forms to advocate for suicide prevention and mental health. So currently, Youth Champs for Mental Health is visiting schools. We started last week. We'll be visiting 30 schools in the 3 divisions, the Central, the Western, and the Northern. And we will also be facilitating a 3-day mentoring program for school peer educators. We're trying to create as many trained personnel as possible to try and decrease the suicide statistics.
There now exist a number of support groups for people who need counseling services or moral and emotional support during difficult times. Lifeline Fiji, in partnership with Fiji Council of Social Services, also held a vigil to mark World Suicide Prevention Day, to remember those who lost to suicide and to spread the message of hope for those struggling with difficulties in life. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Still to come on FBC News, Miss Tembara crowned in Nosori last night. And the life and times of Waisale Sarevi, the Sevens Wizard. Stay with us.
Galavina, Guia Dolosana, Angito Talitakini and Navarro and Bula FM at Golden Point Resort, Basendo Nambando and Here, Vinaka.
Bula Vinaka, Navan Cotevita, Utungo 90. Untuk tali taka wale orang ng Bula FM nambandu ana set
Nadang ko makilesi wera kraki NSB ng Bula FM nambandu ana set
Hello nga ratu kitchen ng tabo andu tali taka na orang ng Bula FM nambandu ana set ngo lusu
Bula FM nambandu ana set.
Welcome back to FBC News. 4 more people have left Fiji as fruit pickers under the Australian Seasonal Worker Program. They were farewelled by outgoing Employment Minister Semi Korelavisau on Friday. The workers will be employed by Medak under Mallee Orchids Pistachios. This arrangement was made through the partnership between the Fijian government and the Australian government. Korelavisau says the 4 candidates were assessed by the National Employment Centre and will work for 3 months. Any extensions will be decided by the employer based on performance. 7 vehicles were involved in 2 separate accidents in the Northern Division yesterday. Police spokesperson Anaisora confirms 2 people are admitted at the Lambasa Hospital. 5 vehicles, including cane trucks, were involved in an accident at Makomako Senganga. Initial reports indicate that the accident was caused by one of the trucks loaded with sugarcane. And in another accident, a 30-year-old school teacher and his wife were heading towards Nalemba in Lambasa when it is alleged that a vehicle driven by a 19-year-old student veered onto the opposite lane, causing a collision. The teacher and another man are admitted in hospital. Miss Nosori Town Council Charlene Singh is the new Miss Tembara Carnival. Singh, who also won Miss Charity, was crowned at Syria Park in Nosori last night. Speaking after the announcement, an elated Miss Tembara said it was hard to believe that she had won. And she also told hundreds who had gathered for the crowning that she will do her best in the Miss Fiji pageant later this year. Close to 700 old girls of St. Joseph's Secondary School attended their grand gala night at Novotel Lamy last night. It was a night of glamour and entertainment as the old girls celebrated their Diamond Jubilee celebration. Prime Minister Varenga Bainimarama was also present at the event and shared some moments on the dance floor. For some of the old girls, it was a chance to catch up with old friends.
It has been a wonderful reminder of the years I spent in Fiji as a young girl.
Well, the gathering today is we're celebrating 60 years of high school.
Some of the attendees came from Australia, New Zealand, United States and Canada. Sevens rugby legend Waisale Sarevi says he decided to be a rugby player because he wanted to make people happy. Sarevi, considered one of the best in the game, features in our successful Fijian segment tonight. Melita Vanga tells the tale of how a young boy grew into an international star in rugby sevens.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Philippines 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength.
In Waisale Sarevi, Fiji gave rugby a player blessed with flair and natural talent.
I was washing my school uniform one afternoon, and then I heard people cheering in 1977. And then I asked my mom and dad, why are these people happy? Shouting and noisy around our houses. And they said, oh, Fiji has just beaten the British Lions. And in my mind I thought, oh, maybe rugby makes people happy.
His selections for the Fiji 7s and 15 sides came in the same year, but some paternal words of wisdom ensured the young Sarevi would keep his feet firmly on the ground.
Not forgetting my late father, who counseled me on two important values when I was on my first rugby tour in 1989. Before my first rugby tour, he told me, sitting down, we're about to leave the next day in 1988, touring Scotland, England and Belgium. He told me, Waisale Sarevi, go as Waisale Sarevi and return as Waisale Sarevi.
Although he played 15-a-side rugby throughout his playing career, Sarevi is most notable for his achievements in rugby sevens.
Since 1988, my journey as a rugby player has taken me 51 countries plus. 51 countries plus, including New Zealand, Australia, Hong Kong, Japan, France, UK, and now I'm settling in Seattle, Washington for the last 6 years.
Sarevi went on to become a member of the International Rugby Board Hall of Fame and played all 3 Rugby World Cups. It was in the 7-a-side game that he excelled.
I am today. It requires a lot of hard work. Even though there was no support, even with my life, with what I was called to do for the country, not a lot of support, there was not excuses, no excuses.
The 48-year-old moved to the United States in 2011 after his stint as Fiji Sevens coach and player ended. But it was only the beginning of a new challenge.
In 2010, I was asked by my business partner, now Mr. Chris Prentice, what do you want to do when I met him? My response was, I've done 21 years of international rugby, 7 World Cups and won 2 as a captain for Fiji in 97, 2005, 2 World Games gold medals in sevens. I want to give back to rugby. Secondly, my family has been very supportive all those years and I want to give back to the family. Especially our children to have a better education and opportunities.
Now 25 years after he first ran onto the field, Sarevi has his boots now firmly zipped up and is focused on finding the next generation of sevens talent.
My company, Sarevi Rugby, based in the US, now rebranded as Edwards Rugby Football, have devoted much of its resources, time and dedication in conducting coaching clinics in colleges of North America. I always tell kids, we come together before training, have a prayer. And I always tell the short story, in Fiji we don't have a lot of stuff.
Sarevi may have moved on to greener pastures, but he will always be remembered in the hearts of Fijians who've seen the wizard in action. Melita Vanga, FBC Sports.
Yes, a superb try for Wasali Saribi.
Successful Fijians was brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
After the break, Rewa beats Nandi in the league match. And McKee hopes for an experienced HPU general manager. These stories and more coming up.
Namaste, Golden Point Resort. Raki Raki Me. Mirchi FM is garam garam. Mirchi FM is hot.
I'm Sanjay Tabuake. Mirchi FM is hot.
I'm Harshana. I love Mirchi FM. It's hot in Lautoka.
हाय मैं अविनाश हूँ मैं लंबासा से बोल रहा हूँ मैं हमेशा मिर्ची एफएम सुन रहा हूँ मिर्ची एफएम इज सो हॉट
मैं शालिनी देवी फ्रॉम कोबर्ट एवेन्यू जैसे आँख खुलती है वैसे मिर्ची एफएम मुझे मस्त कर देती है मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
In FBC Sports tonight, the River football team beat Nandi by 1-0 in the Vodafone Premier League match at Prince Charles Park. Amani McCoy was the hero for the Delta Tigers, scoring the goal in the 41st minute of the second half.
So we pick up play. Rewa come back into attack. 41 minutes gone. Remember I said we have got added time in there. The header through and a great one by replayer Mani McCoy. That has been, the cross came in and Rewa have been lurking inside the Nandi area. And in the 41st minute of play, it is the man himself who had gone right in front. Amani McCoy has put one against his old side here.
In another match, Suva beat Nandranga 2-1 at Lawanga Park. Samuel and Runru scored both the goals for the capital city side. Lautoka football players were given cash bonuses and gift hampers during the Ink Mobile Battle of the Giants victory celebration. Players were also reminded of the task ahead. Vashnil Prasad with the story.
Families and friends of Lautoka football team players came together to mark the achievement last night. The players were soaking in the atmosphere after winning the BOG title after 30 years.
This is a very much awaited win by all Lautoka fans, local and overseas. And the messages, congratulations, haven't stopped coming from since Sunday's win.
The Lautoka football team given a new nickname after winning the Battle of the Giants.
The Baby Blues have come of age, are now the giants of Fiji soccer.
Fbctv President Rajesh Patel, who was part of the function, reminded the proud Lautoka district to focus on the job ahead.
One win of Battle of Giants is not enough for this year. You have got courtside EC, and I wish you all the best to go and prove it to the fans that we are the mighty Blues now, not for one tournament only.
$30,000 has been divided among players and officials of the victorious Lautoka side. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Fiji Football Association's president Rajesh Patel is confident of winning a seat in the FIFA Council later this month. Patel and Lee Harmon of Cook Islands are contesting for the Oceania seat in the FIFA Executive Committee. Vashnil Prasad tells us more.
Fbctv President Rajesh Patel has been nominated to represent Oceania on the new FIFA Council. Patel is confident of a win.
Confident enough that this means the member associations had given their word to me and everything.
Also in the running are Lee Harmon of Cook Islands, female candidate Susan Griffin from New Zealand, and American Samoa's Sandra Fruin.
Onwards, you have to just campaign a little bit and make sure that the people who said they will support you have to keep in touch with them. And I hope they stand by what they have said to me and everything, and hope the result comes my way.
Patel says he has been working with the OFC in the past and hopes to bring in new plans if elected in the committee.
FIFA Council is the topmost body. It is the executive committee that used to sit as before, and now it's been converted to FIFA Council. So this council makes the key decisions, and as far as I'm concerned, I think so the honors given by OFC to be nominated.
An election on two available positions on the council will take place in Auckland.
at an OFC Extraordinary Congress on 24th of this month. Bashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Vodafone Fiji football under-20 side's dream of qualifying for its second consecutive World Cup came to an end when it was bundled out of pool play. Fiji played Papua New Guinea in its must-win match in Vanuatu yesterday and were held 1-1 in the OFC under-20 playoffs. PNG's goal came in after a defensive blunder by the Fijians in the 35th minute. Fiji regrouped in the second half and managed to equalize a goal from Don Raj. And in the first semi-final, New Zealand will play New Caledonia and Vanuatu face the Solomon Islands in the second semi-final on Tuesday. Vodafone Flying Fijians coach John McKee is hoping to rope in an experienced and qualified high-performance unit general manager. McKee says the position carries a lot of responsibilities in terms of planning the player pathway. The Flying Fijians coach is confident that Fiji Rugby Union will receive quite a number of applications for this position.
I expect that applications will start to come in, but that's a very, very important position for us, and it's really important that we get the right person in that place, because it's critical to the operations, particularly the rugby side of the organisation.
Olympic gold medalist and Fiji 7 superstar Jerry Tuwai played a grand game for his Newtown Rugby club, beating Dholoi Suva 26 in the Nasinu Rugby Union quarterfinals yesterday. Tuwai was a morale boost for the Newtown Rugby players, and he was instrumental in many aspects of the game. One of the highlights of the match was this length of the field try set up by Tuwai. The Newtown Rugby club will meet Uluinakau in the Cup semi-finals next week. Well, New Zealand claimed a third successive bonus point victory in the Rugby Championship by defeating Argentina 57-22 in Hamilton. The All Blacks ran in 8 tries in the game. Australia, on the other hand, ended a run of 6 test defeats by coming from behind to beat South Africa 23-17 last night. Both teams ran in 2 tries each, but the boots of Bernard Foley sealed the game for the Wallabies. Today, occasional showers affected parts of Vanuatu, eastern parts and interior of other larger islands. It was cloudy elsewhere. A trough of low pressure lies slow-moving just over Ratuma. Taking a look at the temperatures, in Lambasa recorded a high of 30 degrees this afternoon. All other centres were in the mid to high 20s. As for tomorrow's forecast, is for more of the same, cloudy conditions and showers affecting most of the group. Taking a look at Tuesday, expect occasional showers over most places. Isolated heavy falls are likely. Southeast winds 20 to 25 knots and rough seas are expected. Moderate southerly swells. Recapping the main stories. Political leaders including National Federation Party leader Professor Biman Prasad, Sadelpa leader Sitiveni Rambuka, FLP leader Mahendra Chaudhry and 2 others remain in police custody. Bus industry wants e-ticketing to return to fix revenue loss issues. And suicide statistics remain a worry for Fiji. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. We move on to our poll question. This week we are asking, should corporate companies invest more in the Northern Division? To answer, you can visit our FBC website. Thank you for joining us. You've been watching FBC News. Good night.
Bula, I'm Dori from Nasinu Market. My choice is simple, Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
My name is Yvonne. I'm from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Sayandra, my name is Sunny. Only the Gold FM at Golden Point Resort, Raki Raki.
Hi, I'm Anna of Nasinu. When it comes to a radio, my choice is always Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
My name is Anna and I'm from Nandi. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.